Hey guys, it's 10 to 6 in the morning, and I'm just about leaving the house and gonna go do a little bit of flying. Um, as you can see, it's pretty dark. Sunrise is about 6:40, so we got about an hour till sunrise. So I'm gonna go collect some fuel, get the plane fueled up, and go and do some flying. It looks like I'm gonna have about 2 hours of time to fly this morning, and then I got to be home again at 10 o'clock. So yeah, let's get to the airfield, go have some fun. Well, pre-flight's done. um, Pretty much all that's left to do now is close the hangar doors, switch the lights off, and we'll get ready to get airborne. It's just past 7 o'clock. My plan was to get airborne at 7 o'clock, but I'm a little bit late. Never rush the pre-flight, it's the most important thing. So you can see the sun is just starting to come up above the clouds there. I'd say 10 minutes or so, and then we'll be in the air. So the plan today is basically got 2 hours, or now hour and 50 minutes, hour and 45 minutes, and going to go play a little bit. So I've got the camera inside the plane, and we'll take you along for the trip. We'll see you when we're ready to start. Okay, here we are
just going through the pre-start check, and should be started up pretty soon, and then we'll head out here. As I said, I wasn't actually planning on flying this morning, so what to do is a bit of a debate, but I think I'm going to go to Altona, from Altona go to Wintervogel, and then head further north to Malmesbury, and then come around the mountain back from Malmesbury. Ivan has just stopped at the hangar now. He says that they're going to go and have a cup of coffee, so I'll overfly the coffee shop and come home. I'm a little bit pushed for time. I wanted to be airborne at 7 o'clock. That would give me about 2 hours 15 minutes to have some fun. It's now almost 20 past 7. The pre-flight took a little bit longer, putting fuel in the plane. I never rush those things, so I'm a little bit behind time, but still more than enough time to go have some good fun. Yeah, so let's get started and get continuing with the rest of the pre-takeoff checks, and then we'll be airborne in about 15 minutes or so. Shot of primer, throttles unlocked, mags are on, brakes are on, fuel is open, fuel is open, fuel is open. Okay, engine run is good, and let's taxi out. What I did observe, I don't know if it was visible on the camera, but what I did observe was some condensation coming off the prop tips. That happens when the temperature and the dew points are pretty close together, and of course that means that the likelihood of carb icing is fairly significant. My mitigation against carb icing in this aeroplane is that I have a radiator right in front of the carburetor assembly, so I have hot air moving over the carburetor assembly pretty much all the time. That robs me of a little bit of RPM, having the warmer air. Not much, I guess maybe 150 at the most. But of course, it helps with keeping the air temperature nice and warm before it enters the carburetors, and the carburetors themselves, which are isolated by rubber boots so they don't get temperature from the engine. Yeah, I did notice this morning as well when driving in here there was a lot of birds all over, so I'm going to try and scare them off, just so that we don't end up hitting any on the takeoff. So for today we're going to be using runway 02 because there's no wind at the moment. We'll probably be landing on 20 when we return. My preference for 02, although it's an uphill, and it's quite a steep uphill, 9 degrees uphill, it's pretty steep. However, I can get airborne and still have a fair amount of usable runway ahead of me at the time that I'm airborne, so that if I do have to abort the takeoff, I can still use the runway ahead of me. 20 on the other hand, with the runway sloping away, once you're committed to takeoff, the runway falls away from you as the ground slopes, and the opportunity for an abort is it's not great. You're pretty much going to end up in the rough field, which is just ahead of us, and that's not going to work out too well. So my preference is always 02 when possible. Sometimes I even take off in a downwind conditions, taking off on 02, just to keep that safety factor with regards to the abort. Okay, local time now 0730, so I'm a good half an hour behind what I would like to have been in terms of where we are now, but That's okay. I've got at least an hour and a half to go and have some fun, and I would say we're probably maybe just on an hour flight time for what I'd like to do today. Okay, so we're turning around here. At the bottom, you can see how steep the hill is. You can't see the hangars. You can't see the end of the other end of the runway. It's just 9 degrees of slope. Right, let's go through our pre-takeoff checks. Landing lights on. Screen charge can go on. There we go. Radios on, frequencies current, and next set. Temperatures are good. Doors locked. Doors locked. Fuel is on. Fuel is on. Fuel is on. Right. Flap set for takeoff. And controls are free and smooth.
Wireless traffic, November, at 1,600 feet, cruising head level, staying in Walnut close to the south of the hill.
Okay, QNH is set, temperatures are good, fuel flow, I'm just going to reset this quickly. Traffic in the Grootfontein area, Zulu Uniform Bravo Romeo Victor White Bush Baby will be departing Grootfontein runway 02, climbing 1,000 foot and then routing Altona. Bravo Romeo Victor. Okay, landing lights are on, radios on, screen charge is on and charging. Flaps are set, doors are locked, fuel is on, fuel is on, fuel is on. And let's go. There is a bird on the runway, so we may abort if he doesn't move. Okay, managed to miss the bird there, waiting for the speed to build, and we got 80 and we climb out and flaps away. Traffic in the Grootfontein area, Bravo Romeo Victor White Bush Baby now airborne, Grootfontein runway 02 and climbing to 1,000 foot routing Altona, Bravo Romeo Victor. Okay, airspeed now 95. It's a nice cruising speed in this aeroplane, 95. Using 14 liters of fuel at the moment at 95. I'm not sure if the camera's picking this up, but there's some low moisture over the outlying areas, which is just an indication that the conditions are superb. I tell you what we'll do, after Altona, we'll go do a river run. Traffic in the Altona area, Bravo Romeo Victor White Bush Baby now 1,000 feet. We'll be overhead Altona in the next 1 minute, flying one circuit and then departing to the north. Bravo Romeo Victor. Okay, Altona just off our left wing here. So it's been about 4 weeks since I've last flown my Bush Baby. We did a camping trip to Klein Willem. which I haven't yet edited a video of. It was an absolutely amazing trip. And immediately after, within a couple of hours, I was on my way to a work flight duty period. And that kept me away for a couple of weeks. It's now 4 weeks later and I'm back. And back in the bush, baby. Traffic in the Altona area, Bravo Romeo Victor Whitebush baby, now on a left-hand base for runway 18 Altona, Bravo Romeo Victor. Right, let's get on the final approach here. Traffic in the Altona area, Bravo Romeo Victor Whitebush baby, now on final approach runway 18, Bravo Romeo Victor. Nipper in. These aeroplanes are just the best. Funnest machine ever. Alright, let's go round. Altona traffic, Bravo Romeo Victor going around 18. Right, let's go do a river run. After the last video, a lot of people were asking me what is the name of the river, and so I did some research. The name of the river is Mosselbank River. It's an Afrikaans name. If I give you an English translation, it would be Mosselbank River. Okay, throttle friction off because I'll have to use the throttle quite a bit here. Right, there's the river just to the left and below. Temperatures are good. Let's do a river run. So we normally enter the river over here. It does go for about another kilometer to the east, but we normally enter over here just because it's a convenient point to then enter the river. Right, let's get down and have some fun. This is kind of like our racetrack in the sky. I normally do this run at about 90. Sometimes 95, just to keep the speed high and the plane very maneuverable. And now and then I do a bit of a hammerhead turn in the tight turns just to be able to stay with the river and keep the safety margins within limits, which I had to do there. A hammerhead turn is a bit of a pull up, which helps us tighten the turn. So we can't always stay dead low. We could, but probably not the safest thing to do. not often I do this alone. I've normally got Gareth with me, or Tian, or Jean with me. Beautiful conditions here in the river run. And that's about it. Okay, that was fun. Shortly I'll be changing frequency, entering the Delta 69. You can hear that the nav system is busy warning me, and we'll be heading over to Malmesbury side.
Traffic in the Cape Town Special Rules East area, Bravo Romeo Victor Whitebush Baby, currently 2 nautical miles southwest of Wintervogel and changing frequency 124.2, Bravo Romeo Victor. Traffic in the FAB 69, Bravo Romeo Victor, the Whitebush Baby, currently 2 nautical miles southwest of Wintervogel, 500 foot, and going to be routing past the east side of Wintervogel to Malmesbury, Bravo Romeo Victor.
There's a airfield just off the left wing here. Which used to be the home of Aerosport. Aerosport Flight Training Center, which has now since moved back to Wineland Airfield. Yeah, getting a little bit bumpy here at 600 foot. Probably just a bit of unstable layer from the winds that are above us.
Traffic in the Wintervogel area, Bravo Romeo Victor Whitebush Baby, now passing east to Beam Wintervogel and continuing low level to Malmesbury, Bravo Romeo Victor.
Okay, so that's the town of Malmesbury ahead. And we're pretty much flying right over a crop sprayer's runway. A lot of crop spraying activity around here. Okay, so the plan for now is, I guess, head back. I'll go back the same way we came.
Traffic in the Malmesbury area, Bravo Romeo Victor Whitebush Baby, currently 1,200 foot, 1 nautical mile south of the town of Malmesbury. Will be routing back to Wintervogel at 1,000 foot or below, Bravo Romeo Victor.
These Bush Babies are just incredible aircraft. So nimble, so fun, so economical, light, has a good payload capacity, just all round amazing bush plane. We take them to bush strips all over the Western Cape, Northern Cape as well. Gauteng, Natal. There's pretty much not a runway in the country of South Africa where you can't land these bush babies or any of their cousins. There are three models of bush babies. You have the bush baby original, which I'm flying, and you have the bush baby Explorer, and then the bush baby Safari. And all three of them are pretty much based on the Kitfox design. So they share the same specifications as the Kitfox and the same design features too, with folding wings available in both tail drag and nose wheel.
Traffic in the Wintervogel area, Bravo Romeo Victor White Bush Baby is passing east beam your field, currently 700 foot, routing to Altona. Bravo Romeo Victor.
Okay, that's us out of the FAD 69.
Traffic in the FAD 69, Bravo Romeo Victor White Bush Baby, now 3 nautical miles north of the Klipjewel silos. Last call on frequency, changing 124.8 Bravo Romeo Victor.
Right, so we change the frequency and we let the new guys know.
Traffic in the Cape Town Special Rules East area, Zulu Uniform Bravo Romeo Victor White Bush Baby, now 700 foot, 3 nautical miles north of the Klipjewel silos, and will be routing to Altona. Bravo Romeo Victor.
Pretty cool motocross track or something similar to that below us. Quite big. Maybe an enduro, I don't know, something like that. Yep, somehow the speed got up to 100 there. Dial it back a little bit. Right, it's nice to have the sun out. Visibility is improved a little bit. So we're pretty close to Grootfontein, our home airfield, and I'm just going to play around Grootfontein a little bit. My hangar mate Ivan is going to be departing shortly with his Jabiru. They're going to do a bit of training. I just overflew the airfield and yeah, I saw them busy doing a pre-flight. Let's have some fun around the runway, scare the birds away for them. And then we'll call it a day. It's now 20 minutes past 8. Right, that's it. For an approach. Get established here on the finals.
Traffic in the Grootfontein area, Bravo Romeo Victor, currently final approach runway 20, Bravo Romeo Victor.
Okay, we're a bit high, so let's slip it. Don't need much of an excuse to side slip. Coolest thing in the world. Down we go. Yeehaw! And we hold it, 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 and then we slowly straighten it out, and around we go. And we do an approach from the other end. I'm just doing what's called a teardrop turn here. And we'll do an approach from 02.
Grootfontein traffic, Bravo Romeo Victor, now on a left-hand base for runway 02. Bravo Romeo Victor.
reckon we're a bit high. So we're going to do a side slipping turn here, which means I hold the rudder input even after the turn's complete. There we go, get the slip going. A little more, there we go. And then we slowly start straightening it out. And birds on the runway, which is a pretty common thing here at our airfield. And they've just boarded the Jabiru, but they haven't started up yet. Okay guys, I think I'm going to call it a morning. And what have we been now, 15 minutes in the air or so? I don't really have much else to do. I don't have any other ideas. So I'm going to call it a morning. Let's do a full stop landing. And pack the aeroplane away and then make my way home. I've got my parents coming around for lunch and we'll be watching MotoGP. A bit of a MotoGP fanatic here. I never miss anything with regards to MotoGP. Okay, let's configure for landing quickly. Flaps are set.
Traffic in the Grootfontein area, Bravo Romeo Victor now on a left-hand late downwind for runway 02, full stop landing, Bravo Romeo Victor.
Turn base. Landing lights are on.
Traffic in the Clifflevel area, Sierra
Temperatures are good.
Is at 2,000 feet, about 3 nautical miles north of Clifflevel. Routing to Wyman.
And Grootfontein traffic, Bravo Romeo Victor now final approach, runway is 02, full stop landing, Bravo Romeo Victor.
Right, get a good old slip going here, all the way down to the bottom. And I can see Ivan and David taxiing out in the Jabiru. They're going to go do a training flight. Right, hold the slip, and slowly bring her right. And wheels on the ground. Hey, I tell you, these push babies are just the coolest aeroplanes on the planet. Okay, well, we're back on the ground, Grootfontein. That was like a morning's flying. 1 hour in the air. What a jaw. I'm gonna shut down and put the airplane away and yeah, go home and spend some time with my family.
Order, David.
Well, that was a pretty awesome morning's flying. It was a little bit strange not having any of my buddies with me. I wasn't quite sure where to go, what to do, but I had fun. Altona was cool. The trip out to Malmesbury was super smooth air, maybe a little bump here and there, but generally super smooth. Great morning. I really enjoyed it. I love the Bush Baby. Fantastic airplane. And yeah, let the week roll on and we'll be going camping in 5 days' time. And we'll take some cameras along, capture some great footage. That's going to be a super jaw, so look out for that video soon. Cheers.